Good morning, April the 11th, welcome back to Comfrey Homestead. We're on the micro orchard today, and what we're going to do is plant some rhubarb crowns that I dug out from the council allotment site over the way there. So I'll just spin you around and we'll take a look about what's going on. So yesterday I came down and cleared this little patch of ground here. There was a lot of dandelion roots in it, but because I'd had these sort of tarpaulin things over, they worked quite well. And then it occurred to me that I'll just move the camera slightly. There's 3 crowns to go in there, but you'll see that that extends right the way along the bed, so I just figured, well, I can keep doing a section pretty much as and when I want, just one a year, or by degrees just completely fill the whole thing up as I divide say crowns that are thin and spindly. That's generally what you do anyway to reinvigorate them. So the thing is preparation, obviously. Make sure the ground is clean, you don't want any perennial weeds in there. So if I look at the crown, I can see on this one to the left that there's definitely going to be 2 plants there. So we've got a nice big fat eye there, and there's another plant here, a 3rd shoot come up there. So what I'll probably do, what I am going to do, is get the spade and sort of cut it down the middle here to keep the 2 eyes separate. So in other words, that will be 2 plants, and then this one we'll just make 1 plant. Okay, so that's the idea. So I'll just get the spade, that's it. I mean, you could actually cut that again, because you've got 1 eye there and 1 eye here, but I think I'll just keep that as 1. And there's another one, like I said. So now it's just a case of digging a planting hole on the ground. I've got some manure here, well rotted cow manure. So basically I'm just going to dig a hole, put the manure in, sit the rhubarb crown on top, and just check the level when we backfill. I dug out a hole about 1 spade depth, or 1 spit, and just in with the cow muck. Get you up a wee bit. So I'm trying to make sure that the eye is kind of above the soil level. You're not going to be planting these deep. So I think it might just need a little bit of soil putting back. Although it doesn't look too bad. And it just wants to come up an inch or 2. So now we'll just backfill. Okay, there we go. So I hope you can see that that eye is definitely above the level of the surrounding soil. And that's what you want. So I'll get the others done and we'll get them watered in. So I actually ended up cutting that other one into two, so we've ended up with 4 crowns, 4 new. I'll just put my watering in. And what I'll probably do when I get the chance is get some shredded newspaper as a mulch and or cardboard or something, and just mulch the soil. Again, just to conserve moisture and keep the weeds down, because as you know, you can see anyway, once they get established, the amount of leaf growth suppresses any weeds anyway, pretty much. So it's just now while they're getting a foothold. Okay, that's that job done. Now I want to have a look at the Comfrey. So as you can see, we've got a bed running down here which was established, started it a couple of years ago I think, and the plan is to extend it pretty much down to the bottom there, just along this kind of boundary really, because I don't know if you can make that out, but it's not good soil, it's full of stones. And actually when the carpet I had down, you can see some carpet down there, I've just continued to put it down to suppress weeds. It worked absolutely brilliantly. When I lifted the carpet, there was virtually no weed in there at all. So I just ran through it with a fork. But what I have found, and you can see here, there's a big willow tree. There's quite a lot of roots in. So before I can do any planting, I'm going to have to get those out, or at least cut them. So I've got a bit of a root here, and the best way really to is use a mattock. These are great for chopping roots out and stuff. You can see that, can you? There's all sorts of junk in here, but the Comfrey seems to like it, so you see there's quite a pile of roots there. It's advantageous to get those out. Right, what I'm going to do is go and find a Comfrey plant. In fact, I think I could use those, or you know, some of them, but I'm going to go back over onto the plot over the road, because there's a bigger one there that I think will divide up. I'm going to need probably at least maybe 10 pieces. Right, so I'll come back when I've got those. Okay, so I've been across to the plot and got some Comfrey roots. So we'll just take a look at a few. You can see where I've harvested the leaves, so they went on the compost pile. But look at the root system, and that's why Comfrey's so successful, it can get down right down into the subsoil and extract the nutrients that shallower rooted plants can't access. And I'm just thinking here, what I'll probably do is cut off portions of root and just plant those as well. So for example with that one, you know, I'll probably cut it in the viewfinder here, somewhere about there, and then I can have maybe, you know, 4 or 5 pieces of root off that, which hopefully should take and provide a new plant. I could of course pot some up, but I'm not going to do that today, but I might do that another time. So that's one plant. Let's just plant that now. Roughly planting them about, I've been planting them about a foot apart. A bit deeper. That's the thing, unlike rhubarb, you can plant comfrey pretty deep, it doesn't matter. The sand shoots up. Probably do. See what I'll do, I'll put another one somewhere about here, and then in a kind of zigzag fashion work down this bed. Looking up this section up here, I'm hoping you can see, as I said, a sort of zigzag fashion where the little top parts are where I've cut the leaves. So that got me down to about just there. See one there sticking up, and then the rest of it, where those little twigs are, I've put in pieces of root about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. Not something I've tried before, so it's just a little experiment to see how well they grow, or if they grow, compared to the ones which kind of had an eye bud on or something. So fingers crossed, hopefully that'll work out alright. So in terms of what we've got left, these smaller pieces of root, I'm going to pot those up as well. Might as well, got nothing to lose. So I'll put about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 pieces in a pot, and we'll see what happens. So these are the larger pieces of root. There's about maybe 5 in there, and about 4 each of the smaller ones in there. So they're just going to sit here in the potted area, you know, where I keep. It's quite shady, like I said, it doesn't get full sun all the time, and see what happens. Like I said, I will do an update. I like to update on things, see how they go on, if they're successful or not. Cheers, time for a brew. Good morning's work. So if you'd like the video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. I like to read your comments. Feel free to share it, and if you're not subscribed, please take a moment to consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.